Hi, we're team number 3. Our team members are Fernando Cázares, Emilia Libet, Mariana Garcia, Andrea Gomez, Montserrat Hernandez, Valentina Welsh, and me, Regina Garcia, and we're going to show you our learning evidence.
Okay, in this presentation, we can see different types of animals, and we can learn a lot of things of them, like such as how they're classified and their biotic and abiotic factors, and a lot of other things.
The first animal we have is an elephant. Its scientific name is Loxodonta. The habitat in which they live include wetlands, forest, grassland, savanna, and desert. Their climate it's usually tropical. Their biotic factors are tigers, birds, snakes, and other reptiles, trees and plants, and many types of insects. Their abiotic factors are soil, water, air, and sunlight. Their position in the food chain are primary consumers. Their consumer type is producers. The importance in the food chain: when elephants eat, they create gaps in their vegetation. This allows new plants to grow and create pathways for smaller animals to use. Here we have a video that explains that a little bit deeper.
As the second animal, we have a giraffe. The scientific name is Giraffa. Their habitats include grasslands and open woodland in East Africa. Their climate is our temperatures dry season due to a balmy of 70 degrees, and while the rainy season can see temperatures in 80s. The biotic factors are that their favorite leaves are dorm acacia trees. And these have long thorns that keep most wildlife from eating them. Their abiotic factors are water, rocks, and many more. Their position in the food chain are ruminants and have a stomach with 4 compartments that digest the leaves they eat. Their abiotic factors, I already explained this, sorry. And the consumer type are primarily herbivorous consumers such as cows, goats, zebras, giraffe, and primary consumer. And their importance in food chain are that the giraffes help them eat leaves, flowers, and fruit that are higher than most grazing animals can reach. This is a video that explains more about the giraffes, and yeah, that's it.
Then we have the jaguar, which scientific name is Panthera onca. They live, their habitat is made up of a big variety of ecosystems like rainforest, arid shrublands, grasslands, in between others. Their climate is humid and with cool to mild temperatures. Their biotic factors usually are herbivorous animals like deer, armadillos, or monkeys, and their abiotic factors can be rocks, leaves, dirt, and soil. Also, the position in the food chain are they carnivorous, so their consumer type will be tertiary as they consume animal that consumes producers. The importance in the food chain are that jaguars are the top predators in the environment, so they play an important role in controlling populations of other species. This is a video that explains more deeper how they live.
Giant panda. Scientific name is Ailuropoda melanoleuca. Habitat. Pandas live mainly in temperate forests high in the mountains of southwest China, where they subsist almost entirely on bamboo. Climate. Abundant rainfall, mist, and heavy clouds characterize this forest. The climate is temperate without extremes in the winter or summer. Biotic factors: bamboo, small rodents, musk deer, fawns, and other grasses. Abiotic factors: water and mountains. Position in the food chain. They are herbivores. Consumer type. They are primary consumers, meaning they eat producers such as plants and algae. Importance in the food chain. Here's a photo that starts with energy source, then primary producer, which is the bamboo, next primary consumer, it is the giant panda, and finally secondary consumer, which is snow leopard. And here is a video that also explains the topic.
Now with the moon jelly. Its scientific name is the Aurelia aurita, and in their habitat they're generally seen close to shore in harbors and estuaries. Their climate, they live in waters with low salt contents of 0.6%, and their temperatures will fall between 48 and 66 degrees Fahrenheit, but can survive water temperatures from 21 to 88 degrees. Their biotic factors are competition and predators, and their abiotic factors are light, temperature, ocean depth, geography, and oxygen. Now for their consumer type, the moon jelly is a carnivorous and feeds on zooplankton, mollusks, crustaceans, thylakoid larvae, ceopods, etc. And the importance in their food chain is that they capture plankton that would otherwise be eaten by fish and convert the energy into gelatinous biomass. And finally, here's another video if you want to check further on their information.
Okay, so the chimpanzee, the scientific name is Panchoplolites. Their habitats found in savanna woodlands, grassland forest mosaics, and tropical moist forests. Their climate is that many populations live in forests, which the climate is humid, and the biotic factors are the species composition, basic species, and they are surrounded by trees, bugs, and plants. The abiotic factors is the temperature, wind penetration, soil moisture, fire frequency and intensity, and they are usually surrounded by water, rocks, and other things. The position in the food chain is that they are consumers, and the consumer type is omnivorous, and the importance in the food chain is that the rainforest food chain includes all the primary and secondary consumers, such as these primates, and they are one of our closest relatives, and the loss of any group represents a loss of cultural as well as biological heritage. And here's a short video explaining some important stuff about chimpanzees.
Now we go with sea otters. Their scientific name is Enidra lutris. Their habitat is found that they live in offshore areas with an abundance of food and cold canopy. Otters tolerate hot and cold climates, as well as high elevations and lowland coastal waters, with water temperatures ranging between 35 Fahrenheit and 60 Fahrenheit. Some biotic factors are shrimp, sea urchins, mollusks, and some fish. And as abiotic factors, they have water temperature, oxygen, and sunlight. As the sea otter is actually carnivorous, surprisingly, and consumes many types of prey, including snakes, clams, crabs, barnacles, octopus, among others. The consumer type is that they are an important secondary consumer and keystone species that eats sea urchins to keep the ecosystem in balance. As well as its importance in the food chains, if the otter didn't eat the sea urchins and keep their numbers down, the urchins would eat all of the kelp. Here's a short video about how the sea otters live.
Conclusion. As we could see, there are many different animals that have various different needs. Some of them thrive on the sea, which are mostly marine animals, and some only live on land, while there are others that can live on both. These animals are what enriches and give the world order, so there is no overpopulation and there is a balance.
Thank you. Defa.